My colleagues.
The Rolling Forward project is coming to fruition.
So that we can provide bike rentals to the folks at New Directions.
That's good news for the clients at the New Directions Men's Shelter in Myrtle Beach.
They can't wait to check out a bike and they can't wait to just have some freedom.
This all began shortly after Stephanie Southworth arrived at Coastal Carolina University.
2 years ago, I wanted to involve my students in research.
The students came to New Directions to interview residents about their needs.
Over 50% of the people said they needed help with transportation.
Matt Freeman certainly knows that need.
I would say it's one of the top two problems, not being able to get around.
Haley Bance is a May 2018 graduate of CCU and one of the students who conducted the interviews here.
It was the first opportunity I had ever gotten to go outside of the classroom and learn.
Often during the interviews, Haley heard there was a need for bicycles.
There were a few other things, but that seemed to be the main one that stuck out.
That's when the project became more than just research.
We did uncover a need that we could address.
Sarah and Stephanie decided they and their students could provide bikes for the shelters. From Coastal, they received 2 QEP grants and student achievement funding. Plus, they began fundraising efforts.
I thought we were going to have to fundraise for every bike we got.
Coastal, however, has a steady supply of bikes.
Students just pack up and go home for the summer and just leave them here.
This year, Public Safety collected more than 100 bicycles, and the Rolling Forward project was in position to use them.
Spoke with my lieutenant and our command staff, and they agreed that giving them to the homeless shelter was the best.
Clients at the men's shelter are now able to use the bikes.
You just rent it out and bring it back when you're done. And I think it's a great thing.
We call it renting a bike, but it's really rent for free.
Something as simple as a bike can make a huge difference.
A lot of guys, just in coming here, swallowed a lot of pride and things like that. This is a way for us to feel as though we can do a little bit more on our own.
Clients can use the bikes for any reason, but finding and holding a job could be the most important.
If one person gets a job or one person is able to keep a job because they have access to this kind of transportation, that's all we could ask for.
Residents understand what access to a bike can mean.
Now that you have opportunities like this, use it to your advantage and help better yourself.
The Sociology team from Coastal plans to find out just how much of a difference a bike program can make.
I'm going to have my students next semester follow up and do more interviews and find out, does this program work?
Students can put what they are learning into practice.
We get a depth of learning that we don't see without that experiential component.
Haley Bance can be considered Exhibit A.
It's amazing. I couldn't even imagine being here 2 years ago.
What shouldn't be lost is the impact of all this on New Directions clients.
It makes you feel like someone else cares that doesn't have to care. And there's days where that's all you have is to realize, like, I got someone that thinks about us.
This also helps improve Coastal Carolina University's connection with the larger community.
It's really a great example of what Coastal can do.
Rolling Forward bikes will soon be available at the New Directions Women's Shelter.